In today's episode of the Founder Ride, Randy talks about energy management in your business.
Hello, thank you for tuning in and listening to another episode of the Founder Ride. Today we're going to talk about energy management, and I don't mean gas or electric, but rather your energy. Your energy as the entrepreneur, your energy as the operator, your energy eventually as a leader, your energy as the CEO down the road. And how do you sustain the energy? How do you sustain the clarity and the stamina? How do you have the right leadership presence at the right time? Well, you've heard me say this many times before if you listen to any of these videos, is that it's hard. It's not just a physical toll on your body, as you know, it's exhausting. There's a psychological toll, there's an emotional toll, and you have to learn how to manage that. And there are lots and lots of tricks and techniques that you can employ that are important, such as, I will say, number one, exercise. It's so important to physically exercise and truly have your body have a physical release and exercise in a fashion that try to exercise, you're not thinking about the business. Meditation is a big one, whether it be in the form of yoga or meditating. It's so critical to create space in your brain, create space in your body, create space in your energy. I wish I would have adopted both of those practices early on. I've always exercised, but not as regularly as I should have. But the space creation really didn't start that till about 15 years ago, and I wish I would have started that in my 20s. But that's so critical. The other thing too is don't let your employees bring emotional waste to the office. It's so critical, and that's something that I'm assuming you're a kind person. Most entrepreneurs are very kind people, and you want to do the right thing for folks along the way. And so oftentimes that you become their place to vent, where they can unload their problems on you, whether they be their work problems or the personal problems, and you listen to them, your team listens to them, and you absorb all that negative energy, and it's just a killer. There's a great book called No Ego, again, no is an N-O, then ego, E-G-O, by Cy Wakeman, that is fantastic in helping you create a culture of accountability and a culture of not allowing people to dump their emotional waste at work. So, and it's not just for your energy protection, by the way, it's your whole team's. And so this concept of energy management, I wish somebody would have brought this up to my attention years and years ago. I certainly would have understood it, and I certainly would have tried harder. And it would take, we'd have our culture is great now, but it took a long time to get where we wanted to get to, and a lot of work. And I think that had I started that way, of having a great culture of energy for not only myself, our team, and our clients, it'd be further along where we are. So it is something that you have to practice, you have to strategically deploy. Your leadership team has to be bought into it. It has to be consistent. You can't just check a box and it's going to happen. So I'm going to swing back to this, that as you get older and as your life changes and your kids age, your marriage evolves, that your tolerance for negative energy goes way down. So this is something that you really have to, if you can play offense and get ahead of this much earlier, it's much better for you and much better for your business, much better for your family, much better for your employees, all across the board. It's a complicated topic in terms of and it's multifaceted how you execute it, for sure. It's a simple topic to understand, but there's not one thing you do. You have to do many things personally, in the business, culturally, across the board, but it's worth it. If you ever want to talk about it, we're happy to talk about it and talk you through it. And I appreciate you listening to another episode of the Founder Ride.